It's always a difficult scenario, but the player always wants to tell you that he's ready.
Right.
I've seen it, and we've all played with players that are coming back from longer-term injuries, even like cruciate injuries, cruciate surgeries. And after 4, 5, 5.5 months, are like, and I've seen it with a couple of colleagues of mine, particularly at Celtic, where Brian Scott, the physio, just went, "I'll tell you when you're ready."
Right.
And not you.
Okay.
And it's just maybe that extra 4 or 5 weeks, or that extra 6 weeks. It seems like an eternity. It seems like an eternity in your mind, maybe in your manager's mind. But now we're talking about, as Jill said, potentially between 4 and 8 weeks. And then when he comes back from that, that seed of doubt is in the mind again.
Yeah.
And if something happens, it's probably a surgical procedure, and you're talking about the rest of the season. So you have to be really, really 100% sure when you're coming back from these nasty injuries, and it looks on the face of it that this was too soon.
Well, what's interesting, Shaq, Jules mentioned obviously the personal trainer. Surely the level now of sports science is high enough to be able to say yes or no without even really needing to speak to the player, certainly if he's telling you yes.
Yeah, but ultimately the player and how he feels does have a big say in that, a big say in when he comes back. And there's so much you can tell from scans, etc. But Craig's right. As a player, you want to feel you're fit, and it does become a real, a real pull and tug between the two. And for Reece James, in his defence, he's had to sit out so much because of this injury. So you understand the frustration, you understand why he wants to get back fit. Not only what he missed out with international football, Chelsea haven't really been playing themselves, he has been a huge miss. And as a player, that's hard to sit on the sidelines and just kind of witness. And you want to think that it will be fine and you will be better. But then, and I think this is where the experience comes in, you get that injury, you get that setback, you know next time around, you err on the side of caution. When it's your first big injury and you're coming back, you tend to push it a little bit more. And I say that not knowing Reece James' full injury history.
There is a correlation, and I'm not suggesting on this particular incident, but there is a correlation between the modern day equipment in terms of the cleats, as you would call them, or the boots, as we would have called them, and how quickly, as science moves forward with all these things, in terms of how fast they will stop you. Sounds like a strange thing to say. Oh, these stop you a little bit quicker because they get more grip on the turf. Great. But actually, no, because the body is meant to have so much given it, and when all these new things with certain footwear that the players are wearing, I think you see a lot more sort of knee and tendon problems with players, because these things are literally, the game is so fast and these guys are so fit and quick, and when they're planting their feet and doing stuff and it's stopping them, and I says, I'm not suggesting this incident, but it's a generalisation, I think it's putting the players' knees, ankles, Achilles, all these things under so much pressure that it's literally stopping them like hitting a car brakes. Right. And the body just can't take it, or it can only take so much. And so I just think everything has moved on. The game is so fast. The equipment and the footwear is so modernised that you have to be just really, really careful.
How big a blow is this for Chelsea?
Huge. Because you saw even in that short period how much width, attacking confidence, defensive confidence he gives them. The guy can do pretty much anything. He can step in the middle of the park. He can play as a three and as a three at the back as a right-sided, which he did in the cup final and other games. Huge. Absolutely. I mean, Azpilicueta is a hugely experienced player. We know that. But he doesn't give them the outlet going forward and that physical presence that Reece James gives.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.